Matter of fact, it's Jeremiah 30. Jeremiah 30 verse 16. Jeremiah 30 verse 16. Therefore all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity. And they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey. You see that? Because America spoiled and robbed other nations, the same thing is going to happen to America, right? It's just, that's the righteous judgment of the Most High, man. That's only fair. Okay? Don't get mad. Damn devil came up here mad. And, you know, that's good, man. You know why he was mad? Because he knows this place is going to be destroyed, man. Judgment is coming. He know that. Okay? Jeremiah 49. Jeremiah 49. Verse 26. Therefore her young men shall fall in her streets, and all the men of war shall be cut off in the day. In that day, saith Adonai of hosts. Okay, read that already. So, listen, man, it's clear that the whole reason that you should flee is to avoid the sword, famine, and the pestilence. All right. This is the thing that I'm trying to get you to see, because before chariots come, the sword is coming upon this place, man. The sword is coming upon this place. And listen, you could be taken out of your house, and then you could be taken to a concentration camp. Then you gotta wait out all these days. They'll starve you to death in a damn prison, man. Starve you to death in them concentration camps. That's why the scriptures say you're going to have tribulation 10 days. But be thou faithful unto death, I'll give you a crown of life. Between what? That's telling you right there. It's telling you right there, you most likely going to die in a concentration camp. Right? When they come with the sword. When they come with the sword and put you into prison, right? Either kill you by the sword or starve you to death, man. Who want to stay here for that? You want to stay here for that? All right, go ahead, man. But like I say, man, before chariots, all of this stuff is gonna happen. They're gonna eat her flesh. They're gonna leave her, make her desolate and naked, eat her flesh, right? And then burn her with fire. See, this is a process, huh? It's a slow death by 1,000 cuts, man. It's slowly but surely America is falling, man. Babylon is falling, and has become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit in the cage of every unclean and hateful bird, man. You know what I'm saying? This place is done, man. Okay. Jeremiah 51, verse 13 and 14. O thou that dwellest upon many waters. Right, man, let's talk about America, man. Ancient Babylon did not dwell on many waters. What's the waters talking about? The North Atlantic Ocean, the North Pacific Ocean, the Gulf of Mexico. Many waters surround America. Babylon, man. Many waters. O thou that dwellest upon many waters, and that's talking about all different types of nations too, man. Abundant in treasures. Thine end is come in the measure of thy covetousness, right, man? Because the Most High allowed a certain level of wickedness to be fulfilled And then when the harvest is ripe, he gonna thrust in that sickle. Which is, we upon that time right now, that the Most High and his son about to thrust in that sickle, man, and reap the harvest. And when he come, he gonna tread at the winepress of the fierceness of his wrath. And his vesture gonna be dipped in blood, man. And he tread at the winepress alone. You understand? He don't need no help. The saber-tooth don't need no help. You understand? That saber-tooth, Hamashiach Yahushua, don't need no help. You know what I'm saying? Okay? He don't need it. Jeremiah 51, verse 14, Adonai of hosts hath sworn by himself, saying, surely I will fill thee with men. There you go. See, I was looking for that earlier. Y'all worried about sleeper cells. Hey, listen, he said he gonna fill thee with men. The sleeper cells is here. Okay? What did the scripture just say in Jeremiah 51, verse 14? The Lord of hosts hath sworn by himself, saying, surely I will fill thee with men as with caterpillars. They shall lift up a shout against thee. Right, man. Fill thee with men, man. Don't be surprised if you get a Red Dawn scenario. Paratroopers coming out of the sky, invading this. Man, it's gonna be, man. I kind of want to see it. I want to see it live in effect. You know what I'm talking about? I want to see it. Paratroop. I want to see them man. You gonna be filled with men. Either they come out of the sky, or they cross the borders already. You know what I'm saying? Either way, you gonna get filled with men. How do these men is talking about the men from other nations? Right? Fill thee with men. You're gonna be filled with men, right? You're gonna be filled with invaders. You worried about sleeper cells. They aren't even crossed the border, man. During Biden's administration. Cross the border. Let all them migrants in here. Like, see, listen, I ain't got nothing against them, but they wasn't vetted, man. They was not vetted. Like the scriptures say, terrorists shall make thee afraid on every side, and shall drive him to his feet. Terrorists, man. You know what I'm saying? Terrorists shall make him afraid on every side, and shall drive him to his feet. Worried about sleeper cells. Well, you got a reason why you should be worried about sleeper cells. I didn't invade these countries, and now they want payback. You know what I'm saying? You done spoiled the nations. Now they want to come back here and spoil you. White Jesus ain't gonna save you either out of this destruction. Historically speaking, no white man named Jesus ever existed. How the hell you gonna come from the Middle East and flee into Egypt after you was born to avoid getting killed by Herod, but you a white boy in Egypt among a bunch of black people? Kind of mess is that, man? What kind of nonsense is that? Oh, y'all gonna say Jesus was olive tone? Get the hell out of here! I'm talking about some olive tone. It says his feet was like brass, burnt in the furnace. Man, that's very dark. Hey, man, what you talking about, man? Jeremiah 51, verse 14. Adonai of hosts hath sworn by himself, saying, surely I will fill thee with men as with caterpillars, and they shall lift up a shout against thee. Man, come on, man. They're gonna lift up a shout against thee, man. is Job chapter 20. Start at verse 18. That which he labored for shall he restore. Right, listen, man, whatever you done stole here in America, you gonna restore. And shall not swallow it down, according to his substance shall the restitution be, and he shall not rejoice therein. Because he hath what? Oppressed and hath forsaken the poor. Because he hath violently taken away an house which he builded not. Right, man, you did not build this country, America. You ain't built it, man. You done brought black people from Africa over here to America, and they built your White House. They planted vineyards. They built houses. They built the railroad. They built the brick roads. They built buildings. You took a house that was not yours. There was already inhabitants over here in America that was living. You came over here and took a land that was not yours to begin with. Right? It says you have violently taken away an house which he builded not. Surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly. Right, that's why that so-called damn devil was here earlier. Talking about on fearmonger, because his ass was escaped. He was afraid. He know the judgment coming. He didn't feel quietness in his belly. He was afraid, man. That's why he was talking about you fearmonger. He was scared. He knew the judgment of the Most High is coming upon him, his people, and his damn country. He know it. He know it's coming, man. Surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly. Listen, you know when, say for example, you did something wrong in school, your dad, he found out about it, and now all day you just scared. You know that when you get home, your dad get home, he gonna put a whoop behind on you, cause he didn't heard what you did in school. That's how he feel. That's how the so-called white man feel, man. That's how he feel. He cannot rest well. Because he know the payback is coming, man. He cannot sleep right. That dude that was here, he can't sleep well at all, I guarantee you. Look, man, he had all his front teeth knocked out, most of them. Had one tooth left. Looked like a snaggle tooth, man. He all messed up. He got spirits on him, man. He knows the judgment is coming. Ain't no quietness in him, man. He cannot be sound within his body. There's no soundness in him. He shook. He shall not save of that which he desired. There shall none of his meat be left. See? Because these spoilers are gonna come from the north and take away their cattle, take away their goods, take away their possessions, their houses, their cars, everything that's here, they're gonna take. Nothing gonna be left, man, according to the scripture. Okay? Nothing gonna be left. Okay. Job chapter 20, verse 21, there shall none of his meat be left, therefore shall no man look for his goods. In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. Right, man, see? Every hand of the wicked, talking about all these nations, man. Hell from beneath is moved to meet thee at thy coming. It stirreth up the dead. Let me get that. Isaiah 14. Isaiah 14:9. Hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming. It stirreth up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. It hath raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations. See? All the kings of the nations, man. The wicked. Every hand of the wicked gonna be upon you, man. And that's why you worried about sleeper cell. Which you know they doing that. They saying that to set up a false flag. Then they gonna go ahead and blame it on the Iranians. See, it was the Iranians who pulled off the false flag because the sleeper cells was over here. This is what they do to boost the morale of the people to go to war against other countries. That's why 9/11 happened. That's why you people gonna fall for it. There's gonna be something bad that might happen. And they're gonna blame it on sleeper cells. They're probably gonna lock down the country. Right? Like, you know, what they did a few years ago. And that's gonna be it, man. And that's probably gonna be where it's fulfilled, where scriptures say they shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able to. They're gonna lock down the city. Huh? You ain't gonna be able to go to and fro out of a city. You're gonna want to go into a city, but you're not gonna be able to go into a city because if they declare martial law, because supposedly some sleeper cell committed a terrorist attack. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna use that as an excuse to shut down the country like they did with C-19. You know what I'm saying? They ought to really be running for toilet paper then. Really running for it. Running for toilet paper, running for food, running for toiletries. Yeah, you really gonna be wanting to be a prepper then. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Job 20. Verse 23, when he is about to fill his belly, Yahweh shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. He shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him through. It is drawn and cometh out of the body. Yea, the glittering sword cometh out of his gall. Terrors are upon him. You see that? Terrors are upon him, man. The bow of steel shall strike him through, man. Okay? The bow of steel gonna strike you through, man. When he is about to fill his belly, God shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him. What, you think you're gonna flee into your bunker? That's what they're gonna try to do, but guess what? You're gonna be taken out of them bunkers. You're gonna be taken out of them bunkers. Let me get that, Isaiah 24.